season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Stafford going to throw from the outset. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. Touchdown, LA! Bryson Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 17-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
After the interception, here's Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy from 19 yards away. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Our game here, the second of 3 on this fine Christmas day. Coming up later tonight, the Bucs and Cardinals from Glendale. And then remember, as if your spouse hasn't chided you enough already, more football coming your way tomorrow night. Chargers and Colts on the 26 from Indianapolis. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so try to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game.
Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more.
Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the 31, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. It looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're given.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll go again here with Akers.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On now, the former Vol, Michael Pilardi. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
7 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They go play action with Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
On second down, Williams.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now Williams running left.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Play action. It's Wilson. A beautiful fake.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The kick by McManus is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Stafford And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Glenn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the second half here with Williams. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson.
Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Williams brings it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
3rd quarter action here on Christmas Day. Hope everyone's having a blessed holiday season. 2nd and 10 right now.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back.
And now here is another interception. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford.
Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 50, Stafford.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Throwing again at Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Broncos are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far. how we anticipate the season unfolding, we can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on third.
And the Broncos first down.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And oh, he coughed it up. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. His throw incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
This from 42 yards out. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Broncos extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, The second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and then try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The offense on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
2nd and 7.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 50 at Stafford. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
It's 4th down.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He gets it complete to Jackson.
And he is going to have the Rams first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
To throw is Stafford.
It's Jackson again on the reception. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Stafford.
He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
They try the left side here with Williams. And he's got some space here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Broncos 51, Rams 15.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. One last throw here for Stafford. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too.